Very simple. Don't think about the result. It's a result that puts pressure on us. What if this happens? What if we don't win the game? What if we don't get selected? But again, worry about the controllables, and whatever the controllables are, we take care of it, we'll get the desired result. If we don't get the desired result, we'll improve. We'll change our plans, we'll execute better, and we'll get a chance to prove ourselves again. So, that's what it is. Thinking about the result never gives you result. Yes, you may have a target in mind, but what is more important is to take care of the small steps in life, what needs to be done, what I am supposed to do, what extra I can do, and that will help us achieve the target. So I feel that's what my greatest strength has been. It's not about being a legend. I was fortunate when I was leading a team. I had a very experienced team with me, and it makes the job a lot easier. So it's not about being the legend. For me, it was all about connecting with the people and making sure that the Indian cricket team, we as a team, we perform to the potential that we have.
Well, personally, if you ask me, I feel, you have to be honest in life. You have to be honest to yourself. You have to be practical. You have to take risk in life, but at the same time, you have to be calculated. You can't just say, okay, I took a risky option at some point of time. You have to be ready for the kind of talent that's really needed to achieve what you want to achieve. But at the same time, you have to take risk in life. So for me, being honest in life is very important. Hard work that you have to put, irrespective of what your profession. If you don't respect the elders, be it your parents or be it anyone, it becomes very difficult to be successful in life. Being humble, try to be, when you enter, let's say, any big building, right from the first man you meet to maybe the managing director, you have to be the same to each and everyone. So that's what life is all about. Go through the difficult periods, fight it out. But if you can do it with a smile, that you'll become part of maybe the 5% persons, who can actually do it. Because at times we crib about life, about the tough period, but what's important is to go through, because it's a tough period that actually make you a better human being.
And a lot of times people say, oh, you are very lucky. I love when people say that. And I just tell them, it's not like I am lucky. It's just that the number of people I meet and the connect that I have with the people, they are the ones who pray for me. And that's why I'm so lucky. It's not like, I was born lucky, but over the years it has happened that, whenever there's a 50-50 scenario, more often than not, it turns in the favor of us, whether it's me as an individual or as a team. So, being lucky is important. Again, I was somebody who lived in the present. I was very much about what I'm supposed to do now, what I'm supposed to do the next day or the coming days. So, to me, playing cricket was very important, whether I played for my school team or my district or my state or my zone. So, I always kept things very simple. So, finally, when I got a chance, all of a sudden you start to figure out what really is happening. And the good thing with cricketers or the bad thing with cricketers or sports people is, first of all, we get a chance, which is a good thing. We get a chance to represent the country.
Sure.
But the only problem is you can only represent the country for a period of time. It may be 3 years, it may be 5 years, it may be 15 years. So, once you have finished your cricketing career or sports career, you can no longer represent your country unless you start doing something else, which happens to be on that line. So for me personally, the most important thing is whenever I'm going out representing my country, I want to give it my best shot. It's not about the expectation that others have from me. For me, it's all about what good I can do, how well I can contribute. And you keep taking it forward. Yeah. If you make your debut, you are different. Once you reach a stage where your career is ending, then it's not only about your performance. You have to make sure that others who are part of the team, the youngsters, they get the right guidance so that they are the ones who will take care of the future of cricket or sports. So there are other kind of responsibilities that fall in front of you. But overall, I always felt country was the biggest motivation for me. It was never about scoring runs or taking wickets. It was more about the team should do well and we should win the games. And that always helped because it kept things very simple. Once you start getting into the groove of, I want to score runs, I want to take wickets, I want to do this, we play a team sport. So for us, it's always about, all of us moving together. And, what is something that you can do, but maybe some of the others can't do. To realize all of that and then to move forward, taking that added responsibility, that's what makes you, slightly special. Because you can always think about what is good for you, but what is good for the team, and then you keep moving forward with that decision is something that will make people appreciate you, especially the ones who are part of the team. Success teaches you to be humble in life.
Well, it's a difficult one to directly connect. I don't know whether it applies to the business world or not. But when it comes to cricket, often it's not about the numbers. You know, you do what the team needs you to do, what the team needs from you. Let's say, for example, the openers bat really well. They get us off to a very good start. There's a big partnership. You may be somebody who's batting at 4, 5, 6, whatever number. And all of a sudden, you go into bat close to the 30th over or the 35th over. And the need of the hour is to accelerate. So you don't worry about, what my average is, what I usually do. You do what the team needs from you. You change your game plan according to the needs of the team. So, I feel that's what makes our game very different to some of the other games, and I feel that's where being a real close-knit team really helps us, because not everybody will perform. Some of us will have a bad day, some of us will have a bad tournament, but one thing for sure, we want to come out as winners. So, I think the same thing applies over here. The management will set a target. This is where we want to be next year. These are the plans. Every 3 months, we'll review our plans as to, we want to be here at this point of time. But ultimately, it's all of us who are here. We need to execute our part well for ultimately the company or the top management to achieve the kind of results they are looking for. So I feel all of us over here, we are part of the success story. And again, once you have achieved success, it's a process. It's a constant process. Again, you have to start from scratch. You raise the benchmark and you're like, okay, next year we have to be at this point of time. So it's a team sport. Business is also a team thing. You can't really work on your own. You need people who are making sure that whatever responsibility is given to them, they are fulfilling it. So, a lot can be learned, but I don't know whether it can be directly taken from a sport and put into business. But definitely the process and how it is taken forward, those are the things that, can be applied into each other.
Tell you, as human beings, we are the most complex creatures. German Shepherd. Maybe there are 5 of us who have German Shepherd. Usually their characters are quite the same. You may have a lab. Labs are quite the same. We are the only person where 2 siblings born as twins will have very different characters. We study the same syllabus in school. CBSE में पढ़ाई की है, ये हमारे courses हैं. But what happens? Exam होता है, same teacher पढ़ा रही है सब कुछ, but the results are very different.
Yes.
So, why cricket is so close to life is, you score 100 today and the very next game you get out on a 0. So I personally always say cricket is a great leveler. It levels you out.
Sure.
You start flying high, it brings you down. And the thing, it's more of a mental game than a physical game. It's the mind that is much more stronger. And these are the things that you keep teaching the youngsters. Even if they are not a sports person, that if you are able to control your mind, you can actually do a lot of things better in life. Because mind is the most powerful thing. We all think it's a physical, I am tired, I can't run more. It's the mind that is telling the body you can't run more.
That's right.
So, what cricket teaches you is to be humble in life. Or I would say the syllabus that is covered by cricket. Of course, there are individuals who will pick what they want to pick. It is glamorous. Yes, it is glamorous. To be humble is more important to be part of the glamour.
Sure.
So the small thing, the hard work, the discipline, the honesty.
No, but the journey has been fun. The only thing is, before Wardways, a lot of times what we could do was, let's say, for example, we post something on one of the social media stuff, and, if we get trolled for it, we could always come back and say, you know what, my phone was hacked, it was not really me, but after WordWiz, you can't really do that. So, that becomes like you can't go back to that point of saying, oh, it wasn't me, somebody hacked my phone and, all that. So, that's the, other than that, again, as I said, the journey has been good. In business, especially in India, we are a big economy. The competition, there's a lot of competition. A lot of products are there, but to put forward a product that is really good, you still need to put it forward, encourage people to come back us. Because a lot of times, just having a good product doesn't help. To have a good team is what is needed. How we project the product, what are we actually doing to make sure that it reaches more people. And once that word of mouth appreciation happens, it becomes like a, you think that slowly, okay, you are on track and you are started to achieve what you really wanted to achieve. But again, next year it becomes part of the process, because once you are at the top, there are people who want to catch up. They want, like everybody wants to be at that top slot. Even if you are at the top, you'll still commit a lot of mistakes. And, those are the learning curve that actually help you in the future. A sport, whether it's the opposition playing good sport or it's your team playing good sport, it's very important to appreciate it. मैं हमेशा कोशिश करता हूँ कि मैं रिजल्ट के बारे में ना सोचूं. मैं इस बात में बिलीव करता हूँ कि प्रोसेस ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि प्रोसेस की वजह से आपको रिजल्ट मिलता है. तो हमें मेक श्योर करना पड़ता है कि जो प्रोसेस है हमारा, लेट्स से हमने एक आइडेंटिफाई किया है कि ये हमारा टारगेट है. सो एक लॉन्ग टर्म गोल होता है, एक मिड टर्म गोल होता है, बट हमारे लिए सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है जो एक इमीडिएट गोल होता है, दैट शॉर्ट टर्म प्लानिंग. एंड हमने किस तरीके से प्लानिंग की है, हमने किस तरीके से उस प्लान को एग्जीक्यूट करने की कोशिश की है. रिजल्ट के बारे में सोचने से आपको रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता है. आप जब जो कंट्रोलेबल चीज़ें हैं उसके बारे में ज़्यादा ध्यान देते हो, छोटी चीज़ों में ज़्यादा ध्यान देते हो, तो मोर ऑफन देन नॉट आपको जो रिज़ल्ट मिलता है वो आपके फेवर में मिलता है. बट सेम रिज़ल्ट के लिए कई दूसरे लोग भी कोशिश कर रहे होंगे. कई बार ऐसा होगा कि हो सकता है हमारा जो प्लान था उनके मुकाबले थोड़ा इन्फीरियर रह गया. जो इंडिविजुअल थे, हो सकता है दूसरे टीम के इंडिविजुअल्स ने बेटर परफॉर्म किया है, जिसके कारण आप जीत नहीं पाए या आपको डिज़ायर्ड रिजल्ट नहीं मिला. तो उस समय डिसअपॉइंटेड होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हम सबको ख़राब लगता है, विच इज़ अ नॉर्मल थिंग. बट इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि ये देखना कि गलती कहाँ पे हुई, गलती क्या हुई, क्या हम अपनी प्लानिंग में थोड़ा ट्वीक कर सकते थे जिससे ये गलती ना हो. वी ऑल कमिट मिस्टेक्स. अगर हम गलती नहीं करेंगे तो हम सब भगवान हो जाएंगे. द थिंग इज़ we have to be honest to ourselves. और साथ में चाहे आप एक सीनियर मैनेजमेंट लीडर हो या जूनियर हो, चाहे आप वर्कर हो, जो भी हो, अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को एक्सेप्ट करना ज़रूरी है. और जब आपसे गलती हो तो खड़े होकर बोलना, हाँ ये मेरे से गलती हुई है.
Well, once the number of matches came down, because once you are playing for the country, you need to follow a certain protocol as to what works for you and how you are able to perform. And it's not like once you get married, all of a sudden you can change that procedure. So when I'm playing cricket, I'm still the same, what I was, before 2010. But over the years, what has happened is now, whenever you get some free time, you want to go back home. You want your wife to be there. You want your daughter to be there. You want to spend time with your parents. Often when you are in the process of, securing your future, often you neglect the fact that your mom, your dad also spent a lot of time doing what you are doing right now.
Right.
So this in turn is the time when they want to spend time with you. So it becomes very critical how to balance, how to do that. Because one of the facts of life is our parents work really hard for us.
Yes.
We are working very hard for our future.
Yes.
We don't know whether my son or my daughter, how well they'll do in life. If I am doing well, why not put that extra 15-20% and try to make it, even more secure for them. So you have to always try and balance it out.